Hi everybody, welcome to Pikmin. Fallout crashed on us, and we were going to record another episode of it, and then it didn't happen, so now we're doing a Pikmin.
Yep, we're swapping one. That's right, baby. We're swapping one war crime for another.
Oh yeah, all the war crimes. I'm here with Cody, and not Dylan. Dylan dipped.
Yep.
This is gonna be my unpracticed speed run. I hope you all appreciate it. I've never sped run Pikmin, but I've watched speed runs.
Yep.
I'm actually pretty good at this game, except I haven't played it in like 10 years, but you know.
Yeah, and I just horribly suck at RTSs.
Calling this an RTS is a little strong. More like a management sim. Okay, it's an RTS, but still.
I mean, hell, at least you're able to beat this game.
Anyways, Olimar got hit by a meteor. He crashed. Sucks to be him, I guess.
The Pac-Man site.
So one thing that's gonna probably bother me quite a bit is that I do not have my control set up for this yet. So I don't know which button is which.
Yeah.
So for the
Captain, my insurance is gonna go to shit for this.
Oh, the speedrunners are flipping their stuff. The fact that I'm not doing the Japanese version, which goes so much faster on the text.
Yep. No, I wonder, what would be the most painful text to use in a speed run? Because there's got to be something worse than English for this.
Something that has like extensive, like long words and letters that take up a lot of screen. I don't know. I would not know. Because, you know, Japanese things is that they have entire words in single letters, so they can go quickly.
You know what, now I'm curious.
Anyways, we got this mysterious seed. And out comes the Pikmin! Huzzah! Oh, I could just mash the B button and speed up the text. Man, this speedrun's already gone terrible. What the speedrun rules?
Look at the speed run this. I'm generally looking at which language takes up the most space.
Yo, you probably got like literature websites talking about the some random tribe. That's like, yeah, they have very long words. Come on! Yeah. So yeah, about Pikmin. This is a game about gathering up your little minions and making them do hard manual labor. Plain and simple. You gather them up. You gather up resources, dump them into the onion, get more Pikmin. You know, that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And then yeah, it's mostly just waiting for your Pikmin to get stuff done. Okay, well, once we actually get into the game, there's more to it, but you know, for this first map, that's pretty much what it is. Grab him. Hey, get to it.
I'm looking up.
Howdy.
Yeah,
How's
I know.
it going?
I'm looking at it. I realized I phrased it poorly.
You've been phrasing it poorly.
Yep.
I mean, maybe you could post something on the speedrunners forums. They'd probably be able to solve that problem for you, lickety split.
Yep, so according... Okay, so from what I am seeing... Seeing...
You're seeing words, I hope.
Yeah, I'm seeing... Yep, so... What I'm seeing, if I'm reading this right... Right... It looks like... Somewhere around... It's either Russian or Arabic that are actually slightly worse.
Gotcha.
Alright, so there's the answer.
Man.
So to create the worst speedrunning environment, we need a fan translation of every game in Arabic.
I wonder what other things you can do to create a worse speedrunning environment.
Well, if it's a PC game, then we also definitely would have to put in a system rig that can render a game at just above 5 frames.
Just above 5 frames?
Yep. Yep. Just above 5 frames a second, because literally anything below that is unplayable as a mistiming nightmare.
Gotcha. So you need something that's still technically playable, but...
Yeah, that's still technically playable, but it's a very suffering experience, and it's in either Russian or Arabic, and be text heavy.
What do you think is the most text-heavy video game? Is the real question. Specifically, one that like slows things down.
There's got to be a data bank on that.
Because, like, obviously RPGs are pretty text-heavy, but some of them don't slow it down as much as others.
Text. N-A.
You know, one with, like, a really slow scroll on it. I'm having Cody silently research everything during this Let's Play so he doesn't talk.
So, what? Okay, so there's literally a site that has the 25 longest game scripts out there.
Well, scripts includes voice outlines, right? I don't think voice lines really slow down.
We'd have to look at the individual titles individually to fact check that, but this is just off the list I'm seeing.
Okay, well, what's number 1? We'll start with number 1.
Let's see here. So, all right. So the number one title weighing in at 85,000 lines and 5,857,280 Japanese character bytes is Umineko no Naku Koroni.
Oh, I know that game. I didn't know that would be the longest one. Last I checked.
Yeah.
Wait, I might be getting mixed up with a different game. Describe the game to me so I know which game.
Visual novel.
Yeah, I know it's a visual novel. I think I know which one you're talking about.
I'm pulling up the overview. Similar to its predecessor, Higurashi Umineko is divided into 2 story arcs. The first arc is simply Umineko no Nakakarani, or the questions arc. Our first 4 episodes belong to this arc. The final arc is titled Umineko no Naku Karani Nichiro, or the core arcs. The final 4 episodes are placed in this.
Wait, if it's split between different parts, does that really count?
I mean, they're covered in the same. I mean, they're in the same. It says they're in the same title, so I'm not going to question it. I know it sounds a bit nuts, but I don't know enough about visual novels to dispute it.
But here's the next question. Is it Arabic?
Like I said, we need a Fran translation for this. Nobody translates in Arabic.
Always the question.
Yep.
But like, once you add fan translations, it's like, well, then you might as well mod it to be as slow as possible.
Yep. And the second place title on the list is literally the first game's predecessor. Alright, I'll keep going down until there's a more recognizable title.
Yeah, maybe something that's not visual novel. See if you can get something that's not visual novel.
There's gonna be a long list of visual novels thanks to the bumfucked advertising table that we have listed in America.
I'm just thinking though, like, who's gonna speedrun a visual novel? Ooh, I mash the A as quickly as I possibly can. Ooh.
Just. I'm pissed. Can you hammer the A button?
I suppose that would be a pretty interesting challenge, but...
Yep, right. Apparently Fate Stay at Night raised in at number 10 on this list.
Oh, Fate Stay got a long script on it?
Yeah, clocking in at 94,127 lines, 1 million English words, and 3,850,000 Japanese character bytes.
Interesting.
Alright. Oh, we found the I found the first non-visual novel title.
What is it?
Baldur's Gate 2.
Oh my god, Baldur's Gate?
Yep, Baldur's Gate 2, Shadows of
I knew that game was long, but I didn't think it was like, let's rank it up there with visual novels long.
Yeah, clocked in at 1 million English words and 57,000 lines.
Jeez. That game's text-based too, isn't it?
Yep.
Jeez.
Yep. This game came out way before... Yep, this was released in 2000, so this was before voice acting became more mainstay.
Jeez! Alright, well...
Well, there's the game. We just need an Arabic copy of Baldur's Gate 2 on the most potato PC imaginable.
In Arabic. Or Russian. One of the two. Actually, I wonder if there is a Russian version.
Well, there might be, but Lord knows if the Russian text would be bastardized or not.
We're not looking for accurate. We're just looking for long.
Well, I mean, I know we're looking for long, but if there's modified stuff from the Russian version, that compromises the run. This is why Arabic fan translation's the most consistent.
I don't know if Arabic wouldn't be more just as susceptible as the Russian one would be, though. Would it? I don't know.
Again, this would be a fan translation because like there's no entertainment business that really translates to Arabic, at least in any scope of our entertainment networks. So that works. So a fan translation would be the best bet, and I don't think any like major Arab governments are gonna like crack down on every fan translation out there.
That's true. The
The real
Russians
problem
not
is
too big on censorship either, isn't it?
what?
I don't think Russia's too big on censorship either, now that I think about it. I haven't heard of any stringent Russian censorship laws on that type of thing.
Yeah, I don't think Russia I don't think they do. I don't think they do censor too much. Too much. Either I couldn't tell you. I'm too American for this.
That's true. Get more cultured, Cody. Gosh. What do you think I'm paying you for?
Honestly, the bigger problem is going to be is finding something that can run Baldur's Gate 2 so poorly, because this is a 2D sprite title from 2000.
FPS throttlers are a thing. You don't need to
what was that?
FPS throttlers are a thing, so it should be fine.
Oh no, we don't want to use a throttler. We want this to be on. We need this to be on native. We want this to be on native because that'll also affect the response times and whatnot.
Oh, that's true.
A throttler will not affect the times. It'll just because we're not affecting the load at the same time. Okay, I'm gonna look at the requirements for Baldur's Gate 2.
You know, I hear stuff about people running Doom on stupid things. I'm sure we can hook it up to a potato. Like an actual potato. With a screen.
Baldur's Gate 2 system requirements. So, that... so it needs 1 gigahertz of CPU speed, 500 meg... 502 gigabits RAM. Windows XP. And oh god, that is a problem. From what I'm seeing with Baldur's Gate 2's requirements, it pretty much needs nothing to just run on a clean 60.
Okay, how much can you get out of a potato? That's not a joke. Like, actually look it up. I'm not joking when I say potato. Can we do this potato style?
Baldur's Gate 2 potato.
No, just look up what you can get out of a potato. Like, what's the CPU?
Let's see. Oh yeah, what I'm reading up is the minimum requirements.
So we can run Baldur's Gate on an actual potato.
Pretty much. Pretty much. This thing, like the only way I can see us actually pulling this off is if we somehow get some extremely ancient components. Yeah.
I mean, people have got somebody powered stuff with a potato, so you know. Get an actual potato. We hook up a screen to it. See if we can power us up some Baldur's Gate.
I'm gonna see if we can get a runnable glider going on a Raspberry Pi. That might be the most affordable solution to this.
I don't know. Do we need raspberry or blueberry? That's the real question. See, now you gotta look up which is better, raspberry or blueberry for computers.
There's no such thing as a blueberry pie. Raspberry Pis are a bunch of micro PCs designed to just run as extremely lightweight wait, boxes.
Oh, we have a problem, Cody.
Yeah.
My controls not allow me to switch to the bad Pikmin.
Oh boy.
Don't worry, I just got get creative with this. By creative, I mean that. Just remove all reds from their existence.
Yeah, because the main benefit of a Raspberry Pi for this thing is the fact that it's entirely ran on an SD card.
I see.
Oh god damn it! It's even on a passable frame rate on the Raspberry Pi. What the fuck? It has 30 frames on on the Raspberry Pi, even under emulator conditions.
That's hilarious.
Damn you, Baldur's Gates!
You can't stop Baldur's Gate, my dude.
How the fuck did it get such optimization power?
It's not how, it's the fact that they must. They didn't have a choice.
Okay, let's see if we can find something with a little bit more horsepower behind its requirements. Yep, so from looks of it, the only major big boost card I'm seeing on here that actually would have some spec requirements to it is Dragon Age Origins. Which clocks in at 60,000 lines and 740,000 English words.
Origins is pretty big. Is that really the biggest one, though? I feel like there's bigger ones, like Mass Effect or something. Well, Mass Effect does have a lot of words, maybe, per capita. But Dragon Age Origins?
Yep. Let's see. With this. Yeah, it's just Origins on its own. It's not counting the post-game DLC.
Weird.
Yeah. It could likely be because of the multiple origin stuff. It's like Baldur's Gate Origins, and then this one game called Planescape. That's the only non-visual visual novel titles on the list. Oh wait, never mind. Final Fantasy VII Original's on here.
Okay, I'm pretty sure there are Final Fantasy games with more than 7.
Yeah, seven's the only one that breaks in on here. Here with 107,000 lines and 600,000 English words.
So, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, so really Dragon Age Origins is the best one is debatably the best one to do the shenanigans on because it's the only one with an actual 3D engine behind it.
You know, Dragon Age is pretty glitchy game. Running at minimum specs could cause all sorts of fun messes that would further mess up the speedrun, hypothetical speedrun we're doing.
It wouldn't just be minimum specs. Remember, usually when they say minimum specs, it's usually around like 30 frames or something. We're taking this fucker to 5.
We're taking it to 5. Run it on the potato.
Yeah. Yep. Albeit in that case, Arabic text wouldn't be moved because it's a voice act title.
That's true. So that would put it at Final Fantasy then. If we're going Arabic text.
Arabic text and frame taking, but the problem is that it was built to run on the PlayStation. Like even a 2000s PC could run that flawlessly. Wait a minute, I have an idea.
What?
Yeah. What if we ran the game in a virtual machine and deliberately forced the virtual machine specs to be horrible?
Forced to be horrible?
Yeah, like basically barely enough RAM to function. We forced the bare minimum of driver space. That way there's space, but it's just under the cache framing requirements. So really, the only problems at that point would be figuring out how to just deliver just a small amount of CPU and GPU power into it.
Yep, you've completely lost me. I'm not that good at computers. Gonna let the tech talk.
Yeah, basically what I'm describing is that we put the game into a virtualized OS that's completely designed spec wise to just run as barely functioning as possible from the foundation of the operating system.
I see. Small computer go bird, gotcha.
Yeah.
So I probably could understand it if I wasn't focusing on Pikmin at the same time. A game we've talked like 5 sentences about since we started.
Yeah. Imagine coming to Pikmin and then hearing us talking about the most horrendous speedrunning experience.
That's what they came to this about.
Okay, so... Alright, so to deliberately run this as awful as possible, we want to run this on Vista. We want to run this on Vista to force the compatibility ring. Alright, and as for system requirements... Owners. And we'll use Final Fantasy VII. Can't win this one, so we'll win it. 2 gigahertz. That's in That's way easier to file natively. That timer drops, but
Mr. Taki.
let's see here. So for the Final Fantasy 7 requirements, 278 gig of RAM, and DirectX 9. Fine. Fine. God damn it, fuck it. God damn it, fuck up. Feature restriction thing. Nobody cares that this game. Nobody cares that this game has mature content.
You're talking about Final Fantasy 7. That game's mature content is nothing compared to today's mature content.
Alright, so okay, so best way would throttle Final Fantasy 7 in this case would be is that we run it under a very garbage parameter virtual machine under a Windows Vista model. That'll crunch it harder with the compatibility layering. Then we put that on an emulator there, and so the only thing we'd have to do at that point is hopefully be able to clock down the CPU and the GPU to be horrendously slow.
Gotcha.
Because we would not be able to shut this up, and so yeah, and then we just give the box about 3 gigs of RAM, and hopefully that'll throttle everything to shit. And since it would be in a virtual machine, there would be no harm to the system.
I thought those Pikmin had murdered themselves. Okay, well those Pikmin murdered themselves. God damn it.
Yep. So at that point, the only hardest thing to find out was making a terrible Final Fantasy VII run is where the Arabic fan translations are.
Oh, I'm sure there's a few. People in Arabia probably enjoy some Final Fantasy VII on their off days.
All right, let's see here. That's not the word. There we go. Ah, damn it! There are Arabic translations of this thing, but none of them are injectable until we're on.
That's true for most PlayStation games, though. Unfortunately.
These days that's not a problem anymore. It's just that I'm sure that among others is that we're too lazy to actually fucking do that.
Well, I think part of the problem is that the fan translations are probably a little old, aren't they?
I mean, I couldn't tell you. I don't know what the other translation is say.
That's true. You're probably not reading the website very good.
Yeah. All right. These.
Yeah, alright, well, I think that's gonna have to call it for this episode. I've gotten everything I can in this level.
Yep, so.
And honestly, I'm pretty sure this discussion on the what the min specs is hitting its
Yeah, so. Yeah. Yeah. The only others. Yeah. Yeah, there isn't much that we can do. However, from what I'm seeing with the Final Fantasy settings, there's French, which that's number 4. I want to say for that, which I want to say is a little higher than the English one, maybe par.
Here's the thing: if that's an official translation, then it'd probably be very well fitted, whereas the unfan ones could have all sorts of fun messes.
True that. I'm just trying to figure out because there's no Arabic shit just stamp in there.
Well, we'll have to figure that one out some other time then.
Yep. Let's thank the audience for sitting through this fucking train wreck of an episode.
I also want to point out that I'm already like a third through this game. In this short thing you've seen, I'm already like, yeah, I'm already pretty much done.
I wasn't even looking at the screen.
Yeah, you didn't even watch a single thing that happened. Got so focused. I figured. I don't think we talked about Pikmin at all. I gathered all the parts I could in this section. And the one part I could in this section, and next time we're going to a belly button. And that's all you're getting. Hope y'all have fun. Bye.
Stay tuned for more insufferable speedrun planning.
Insufferable speedrun, where I fail. Alright. Bye.
Bye.